आप देख रहे हैं बीए न्यूज, खबर हमारी फैसला आपका। इस वक्त की बड़ी खबर।
लखनऊ सीएसआईआर केंद्रीय औषधि अनुसंधान संस्थान सीडीआरआई लखनऊ में विश्व पर्यावरण दिवस 2025 को हरित पहलों के साथ मनाया गया। इस अवसर पर संस्थान परिसर में 1.2 मेगावाट क्षमता के रूफटॉप सोलर प्लांट तथा 500 किलोग्राम प्रतिदिन जैविक कचरे से खाद बनाने वाली इकाई का उद्घाटन हुआ। कार्यक्रम की अध्यक्षता सीडीआरआई निदेशक डॉक्टर राधा रंगराजन ने की, जबकि मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में सीएसआईआर एनडीआरआई के निदेशक डॉक्टर अजीत के शासनी मौजूद रहे। इस अवसर पर सीएसआईआर नीरी नागपुर के निदेशक डॉक्टर एस वेंकट मोहन ने एंटीमाइक्रोबियल रेजिस्टेंस, सस्टेनेबिलिटी और जल प्रदूषण जैसे पर्यावरणीय मुद्दों पर विशेष व्याख्यान दिया। संस्थान ने इस दिन #ब्रिंग अराउंड कप अभियान की शुरुआत भी की, जिसके तहत कर्मचारियों व छात्रों को व्यक्तिगत कप वितरित किए गए ताकि सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक का उपयोग घटाया जा सके। डॉक्टर रंगराजन ने कहा, ये केवल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं बल्कि जीवन शैली में बदलाव की ओर एक कदम है। वहीं डॉक्टर शासनी ने सीडीआरआई की हरित पहल की सराहना करते हुए कहा कि वैज्ञानिक संस्थानों को जलवायु जागरूक विकास में नेतृत्व करना चाहिए। विशेष रूप से उद्घाटित की गई बायोकंपोस्ट मशीन कैंटीन, हॉस्टल व गेस्ट हाउस से निकले जैविक कचरे को 24 से 48 घंटों में पोषक खाद में बदल देती है। इंजीनियर रणवीर सिंह के अनुसार यह मशीन गंध मुक्त प्रक्रिया के साथ 80% तक कचरा घटाती है और तैयार खाद संस्थान की बागवानी में प्रयोग की जा रही है। कार्यक्रम का समापन इंजीनियर कमल जैन द्वारा धन्यवाद ज्ञापन के साथ हुआ। इस मौके पर डॉक्टर वेंकट मोहन एवं डॉक्टर शासनी को उनके पर्यावरणीय योगदान के लिए सम्मानित भी किया गया।
The whole of the work I have done in ISCT. That's still we are doing in ISCT same project and director CDRI for the project which is AMR project at present running. Thank you very much.
For a defined period, after which the plant is handed over to the consumer. Consumers pay for the electricity generated by the plant, usually at a predetermined monthly rate. Solar panels at CSIR CDRI now cover 100% of the rooftops of the R&D building. In phase 2, we will aim to cover 100% of the rooftops across residences and administrative buildings. Our current demand for electricity is around 3 megawatt, whereas the peak generation by the solar plant will be around 1 megawatt. Factoring in the shorter winter days and occasional inclement weather, our rooftop solar plants
And other which antibiotics is more resistance in each of the site we try to understand based on the wastewater and sediment. So now coming to the inactivation, basically when AMR is coming into water infrastructure, that's wastewater infrastructure from domestic origin. So it has to be treated before releasing into the environment. So during this process, what is the fate of this ARG?
Venkata Mohan. Director has already introduced him, but I would also like to tell few things to the audience. Dr. Mohan is actually an engineer through formal training. He did BTech in civil engineering, MTech in environmental engineering, followed by doctoral work. He had been serving as chief scientist at CSIR IICT since 1998, and in January 2025 he was appointed as director of CSIR Navy. His work has been recognized both nationally and internationally.
Assisted based on the data. So another conventional sewage treatment plant, like normally what we use it for all in all domestic purpose. This is again in ISCT about 14 KLD. Here also we studied with reference to the prevalence of this disease. This is the data, just a snapshot of the data I would like to take with respect to different antibiotics. Inlet, there are about 5 unit operations, and the reduction on a whole we can see there is a reduction between 97% to 53% with respect to trimethoxam. So these are some kits available at that time. So these are the calculations. A few calculations are available. We try to use these calculations based on RNA, wastewater, and feces, based on feces. And we collected sample. Initially, collection of sample also. This is peak epidemic. At that time, infection was very severe. So we tried to establish a methodology to collect sample also. So taking all precautions while collecting and transporting. So during transport also, we don't want to avoid any contamination to the
bioenergy, decarbonization, biorefineries, and his research work has led to many important patents and technology transfers. And today he is going to talk about surveillance and management of antibiotic resistance through wastewater pathways. And this is very important because when we talk about One Health concept, so it is not only good health for us, but also animals as well as the water health as well as soil health. So we look forward to your talk, Dr. Mohan. Of Bring Your Cup campaign. As you all may agree that CDRI chai is very, very good, but the downside is that we generate a lot of paper cups waste. And to reduce the carbon footprint, this is an individual effort that you all and we all can make as a community and as an institution in reducing the carbon waste and greenhouse emission.
And dear colleagues and friends and students. So before going in the detail of biocompost machine, I wish to seek your kind attention that CDRI moved from Chhatar Manjil campus to this campus, which was dedicated to nation by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Since then, our campus has prioritized green innovation and eco-campus initiatives. In line of this, we have 20 kiloliter per day capacity effluent treatment plant dedicated for the waste which is generated from laboratories and animal research facilities. We have 375 kiloliter per day capacity sewage treatment plant, and I am happy to share with you that all the greenery which you see in the campus, that is using the STP treated water from
Dr. Ajit, Director CBRI, Dr. Rangarajan, Director CDRI, colleagues from CDRI, students, and distinguished guests. It's my honor today to stand before you to speak something on sustainability, which also has a significant role on the eve of World Environmental Day. Before going into the presentation, I would like to say a few things that what happened today under the able leadership of Director CDRI, particularly reference to sustainability. The three initiatives which has been taken today are very important in reducing greenhouse gas emissions, particularly the solar energy harvesting system that directly contributes to 30% reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, as it is contributing to 30% of energy requirements. Basically, our energy we source from fossil-based resources. Our energy mix consists of 80% of fossil, 20% of renewable. It's not precise, but 80% it's say by record. So by way of implementing this, we are able to reduce 30% of the 80% fossil fuels emissions that is contributing to the environment. That is the first thing. And second thing, composting is one of the very sustainable process.
As the viruses are concerned, they are found in the environment, but they are very fragile. So a lot of environmental factor might deactivate them. And we have seen it for influenza virus. So like the sewage water, a lot of toxic materials are already there, pH is extreme. So under these conditions, the viruses may be found, but whether how many or what is the percentage of them remain active to infect back in the community, has that been checked, or you're planning to do something like that?
That part I am not sure, but whatever we have done, we try to collect sample, and we know that virus is very delicate issue. There will be breakdown of the structure, and that genetic material will be in the wastewater. And we also try to disinfect the sample by hypochlorite. We try to optimize. We don't want to get the live virus. So disinfect that virus, and then we try to compare with the live virus, which is available in CCD. Standard graphs, all the things we have made with the live virus. Based on that, we try to understand how much load is there. Based on the two formulas are there at that point of time. After that, we have optimized. So that's why we didn't collect a single sample and showed that there is virus. But we collected number of samples from number of STPs, different conditions, and then we realized that this is virus which we are getting, but not in a live form. Most of the virus which we detected, the gene, even after hypochlorite addition also, there will not be live virus. So that material only we detected, and that is matching with the data. Particularly with Andhra Pradesh data, they try to give the reliable data, what community is infected. When we compared from different cities, it is matching with that data.
Thank you.
Soil is getting reduced. So these kind of composting practices, particularly in a circular way, particularly in campus, trying to take waste and trying to make into compost and use it again for a purpose, that will have significant impact on reducing the carbon emissions as well as on increasing the sustainability. And apart from that, waste water which is being generated in campus, apart from rainwater harvesting, that's one of the important initiatives where few campuses are doing that, trying to reuse in the campus itself. These three will contribute significantly to reducing greenhouse gas emissions, also to address the environmental sustainability aspects. So I would like to congratulate Madam as well as CDRI for taking up of these steps. And also contributing to the sustainability on the whole. So coming to today's talk, Madam told me to, when advised me to take this concept, because CDRI is not my domain of expertise, but Madam told to talk about surveillance, particularly related to AMR, which is close to my area, which I have last 5 years doing since COVID. So I would like to, even though I am not a biologist, I'm a civil engineer, but I have expertise in applying biology to environmental aspects. So I'm not a core biologist, so you have to excuse me if you are going deep into biological things, but application I'm strong, I would like to say. So going into, starting with, I came from NEERI. Everybody know about NEERI. NEERI is one of the 37 among 37 CSR labs where it contributes significantly on basic applied research pertaining to environment, all domains of environment. Started in 1958 initially with respect to the jaundice during that time. It started as Central Public Health Research Institute and started working on reducing infectious diseases by developing strategies for water treatment as well as disinfection. And slowly, with changing of time with new environmental issues, it also changes its research as well as other activities to other domains, starting from water, wastewater, solid waste, hazardous waste, environmental impact, and now sustainability. So it moved and it addressed the requirement of environment with respect to Indian context, Indian supports policy, as well as it's one of the only referral lab in India, particularly for environment. So coming to CDRI Connect with respect to my research, I have two projects, one mentoring by Madam on AMR, that I will speak a little bit in the presentation. The second one, yesterday we have a final presentation happened on API project, where CDRI also partnered. So where here sustainability is one thing which I am looking into the project, in the production of APIs, where we try to use life cycle analysis to understand the hotspots with reference to the chemicals or the process inputs developed from lab scale to pilot scale. So during developing stage itself, when we understand the issues, then we can address at the final stage. That is the basic objective. In that line, we are trying to develop a methodology based on income. So they are trying to convert into service forms so that the complete plastic ban can be taken. So these three initiatives are very important in the context of sustainability. Today here in CDRI on the eve of World Environment Day 2025, 3 initiatives has been taken up. Very important initiatives and sustainability. The first one coming with a roof from solar plant which will contribute to 30% of the energy requirement of the CDRI. So that itself is very sustainable because it will try to reduce 30% of the emissions which is at present coming from fossil-based energy, that's electricity. So the second initiative, whatever food waste and garden waste which is being generated in campus, that is being converted into very useful compost, so that the waste can be converted into some value, which again can use it in the campus in a circular economy. That is again a very sustainable initiative. So as you all know that World Environment Day 2025 is on plastic issue. The theme of this year is on plastic. So CDRI is again.
आज का जो कार्यक्रम था उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताएं।
एक्चुअली CDRI ने आज ये कार्यक्रम किया है वर्ल्ड एनवायरनमेंट डे। तो आप देखेंगे तो एक एग्जाम्पल की तरफ CDRI ने किया है। कुछ चीज़ें ऐसे किए हैं, ये ग्रीन कैंपस की तरह आप देखेंगे चारों तरफ ग्रीनरी है। और आप जानते हैं कि हमारे जो एक आदमी को जीने के लिए हर दिन हमें 0.75 kg ऑक्सीजन चाहिए। ये तो एक चीज़ हुआ ग्रीन कैंपस। उसके बाद जो चीज़ लोग आज किए हुए हैं वो एक कंपोस्ट का एक कंपोस्टिंग करने के लिए जो वेस्ट है उसी से कंपोस्ट बनाने के लिए एक यूनिट को इनाग्रेशन भी किया गया है। तो यहाँ जो सारे प्रोडक्शन है वेस्ट का उसको कंपोस्ट में कन्वर्ट किया जाएगा, उसको प्लांट में अप्लाई किया जाएगा जिसमें फर्टिलाइजर मिलेगा। दूसरा चीज़ जो किया गया है सोलर, जो आजकल हीट बढ़ रहा है, बहुत सारे चीज़ जो यूज कर रहे हैं इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एनर्जी के लिए हमें बहुत सारे संसाधन की ज़रूरत है, लेकिन जो नॉन रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी जो उसी में से हम निकालेंगे एनर्जी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, जो कि CDRI ने एक एग्जांपल किया है अपना रूफटॉप में किया गया है। सोलर पैनल वगैरह रख के इलेक्ट्रिसिटी उसमें से जनरेट 1/3 इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेट कर रहे हैं। उसके साथ साथ अभी डायरेक्टर मैडम का भी बोलना है कि नहीं सारे जो रेसिडेंशियल कैंपस उसको भी सोलराइज किया जाएगा। एक बहुत बड़ा स्टेप है CDRI के लिए। तीसरा चीज़ जो है आप देखेंगे कि जो आजकल जो एनवायरमेंटल डिग्रेडेशन हो रहा है, सॉइल का डिग्रेडेशन, एयर का डिग्रेडेशन और वाटर का डिग्रेडेशन। आप एक लेक्चर भी सुने होंगे आज डायरेक्टर निधि ने बताए कि नहीं जो एंटीबायोटिक वगैरह जो आ रहा है, जो एंटीबायोटिक रेजिस्टेंस वगैरह क्या डिटेल से स्टडी किया गया है। तो ये सारे चीज़ को इम्प्लीमेंट करें तो CSR ये सारी चीज़ को इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए आगे बढ़े तो हमारा एनवायरनमेंट बहुत अच्छा रहेगा और हम लोग का ज़िंदगी और भी अच्छा होगा और हर आदमी अपने ज़िंदगी में कुछ परिवर्तन करे, कंफर्ट को ज़्यादा ना जाके और एक मॉडल बनाए अपने नेक्स्ट जनरेशन के लिए, वो उनको फॉलो करके बहुत बढ़िया से आगे ज़िंदगी गुजार सकते हैं। एनवायरनमेंट होगा कुछ तो होगा, लेकिन उसको चेक करने के लिए जो हम CSR जो कर रहा है मिलके, ये बहुत अच्छा कदम है और आगे बहुत सही रहेगा।